Hare Krishna, welcome to our evening session. We'll start a topic which is part of a certain course, which is entitled Search for Happiness. That's why we are here for, right? I mean, that's why we are doing whatever we are doing in life. We don't want to be miserable. We want to be satisfied and happy. There's one minor detail that we just don't know how to be happy. Because the purpose of life is Anandamaya Vyasat. This is our nature. The nature of the soul, nature of the living being is Anandamaya Vyasat, which means Ananda, which means bliss. And which is Sat, which is eternal. But in this world, we just get sometimes some little small installments of happiness. It's not really happiness again. It's just some kind of cessation of misery, and then we consider that, oh, at least I'm not suffering now, I'm not troubled, so this is happiness. But that's not what happens. How many of you are here for the first time? Anyone? Okay, welcome. Now, all of you have been attending some of the sessions earlier? Okay. Okay, so we'll just... what about these lights also? Let's go a little faster. Okay. Something to cover. So, practical Vedic solutions to the problems of life. So we see that Vedic technology is different from the material technology. We just go a little bit backward and faster. Because the root problems are something that prevents us from the ultimate goal of life, and we mistake those roots to be something else, which they aren't. So the Vedic system is teaching us the art of putting a full stop to all the problems, to find out what really the problems are. Tackle that. First of all, we have to identify the disease, and then we have to deal with the disease. Otherwise, we don't know what the disease is, then how we're going to cure the disease. We won't know the means. So therefore, we face so many difficulties in life, and so many troubles, all kinds of things. Every now and then, practically daily, there is something. There's no day that passes, and that we don't experience some kind of trouble, larger or lesser, some kind of trouble. And so many. If one would note them down, I would be shocked practically, how many troubles we do experience, even on a daily basis. So that's the nature of material existence. So there's so many troubles. So many worries, anxieties, tensions, crises, frustrations, depressions, fears. There's no end practically. So what are the practical solutions to those problems? And we will discuss what the human life especially is. And we will discuss about remedies of material life, and then we will present permanent solutions. What is the Vedic wisdom? Okay. So nowadays we find happiness in so many things, no? And different kinds of sports, people are involved, and different kinds of entertainment or different kinds of activities that people are ready to just steer some adrenaline. And emotional stimulus, some kind of sounds and this and that. Then intoxication, so many different kinds of another type of stimulus. Then some people are into fashion, very, very observable and sensitive about what is the season, what is popular, what is the fashion. And you have so many hairstyles, all kinds of stuff, we all it's funny, you can waste whole day, you can sit in that parlor or whatever they call it, you can get your hairstyle done. What about one of those? You want to choose? I saw more. Just to be different, no? Has to make a statement, something. So in essence, happiness means improved facilities for eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. That's what in essence is, how to eat better, how to sleep better, how to defend better. But animals also find the happiness in the same things, no? They also eating, sleeping, mating, defending. All these things are there. Animals also, they have friends, they have fun, they have family life. So eating, sleeping, mating, defending is common, humans and animals. So if we would now make a little, or assign a little task, and just ask what is so unique about different species in life. Let's say, why an eagle is so special? What's so unique about eagle?
Flying.
Who has the hand? Has the hand. Okay, we have a hand. Very nice. Flying? Not so much. What else? Anybody else? Many birds are flying, no? Mosquitoes are flying. Something else? Yes? What? That's okay. Okay, you're saying freedom. Yes?
Vision.
Vision, that's the point. Vision. It's very good. It's amazing. Like a few miles up and he can see the mouse or something, no? Or some animal. Very powerful vision. But that vision is also used for what? To find a corpse maybe sometimes, or some, like the vultures or some other birds. They have some really incredible qualities, but of course that sustains them, but it's not really something so extraordinary. Okay, what about horse? What about horse? What's so unique about horse? Anybody knows? There are some horses in this Mahalakshmi. What is that? Race course? No, there's some horses there. So what are horses? What are some qualities that horses have? Anyone can guess? Huh? Oh, there's some other animals that are faster than horse. And some other animals that are faster than horse. Yes? No, something else. Something else. Vision, okay. Something else is even more powerful. There's something more powerful than the vision. It's the smell. It's a smell. They're very, very sensitive. They actually, by smelling, they can distinguish what they're smelling or whom they're smelling. It's very interesting. Of course, they have many other qualities. It's not that that's the only one, but it's one of the more prominent. Now the dog, I already said the smelling. What else about the dog? Loyalty. What else? Yes, bugs. No? Smelling, okay. He's always scratching. Yes. I've seen, that's last month, I've seen some small puppies, they're always like, all the time something is, they're busy. Scratching. Anyway, but they have some good qualities. What about Hati? Huh?
He wants to ask.
No, I will not ask. Anybody else? Huh? What about elephant? Yes? Memory, okay. Very, very, very. They're quite intelligent. Quite intelligent. Very intelligent. Of course, very powerful. What about the polar bear? Polar bear is very fast. Yeah, it's faster even than the horse. Maybe. If you see a polar bear, you know you're in big trouble. Very, very powerful. Anyway, what about some general bird? Any chilia like this? Singing, no? Singing. That's what any bird is usually known. Okay, what about humans? Intelligence. Okay, we said elephant is very intelligent, but humans are more intelligent, supposedly. Supposed to be more intelligent. Okay. So we see that in eating, sleeping, mating, defending, animals have rational power and intelligence. Sometimes they're better than human beings. No? Let's say, who would win the race? No? But then what makes human being different and special? Because we would want human being to be special. No? At least that's what we are thinking. But it is, there is something special about it. Anyway, we'll answer this question in the course of this presentation. So is only human being a two-legged, sophisticated, deluxe edition of animals? Is that what human being is? Or is he really in some way superior to animals? Because we see, in spite of all the advancement that we have, unfortunately, modern day humans are dissatisfied, full of anxiety, stress, depressed, and above all, unhappy. No? No, we're so proud, we have so many facilities, so many gadgets, so many things, but what is our position? Yeah. So technological advancement helps man enjoy better luxuries for better eating, sleeping, mating, defending, without offering any ultimate aim of life. This is just sophisticated animal civilization. That's why there is no happiness. So that's the paradox of our time in history. We've learned how to make a living, but not a life. We've added years to life, but not life to years. We've been all the way to moon and back, but have trouble crossing the streets to meet a new neighbor. Anybody knows your neighbors? You know your neighbors? Everybody? Let's see. We've become so impersonal. You can read all the rest of the points. I won't read them. If you can catch some of them, fine. That was another very interesting presentation. Maybe some other time I'll show that. It's something very similar to this. So it has become appallingly obvious that our technology has exceeded our humanity. And he said that quite some years ago, when this technology wasn't so let's say, advanced, developed. So we have become machines, very impersonal, very careless, very selfish. Not so helpful for developing wonderful relationships and experiencing happiness. So we know the US, it's all over the world nowadays, no? They got Venezuela, they want Greenland, they want the whole world, they want to exploit everybody, everything, you know. They have bases all around the world. Yeah. But they're the world's largest jailer. They said with only 5% of the world's population, they use more than 20% of the world's prison population. No? And it's increasing. And it's increasing. Is that a sign of very happy civilization? Yeah. Why do people buy guns and arms and things? You know? Why do they? And it's on increase. Gun purchase. You can just add latest statistics. It's just a ever expanding graph. Now we have rape statistics. Why that lust is increasing. Yeah. Uncontrolled lust, uncontrolled madness, you know, uncontrolled senses, uncontrolled mind. Yeah. So much agitation. Is that a sign of happy civilization? You can't control your senses, you're so agitated. Yeah. So it's like, 1 in 3 American women is sexually abused during their lifetime. That's huge. That's huge. And South Africa, it's like hell down there. Anyway, India is not getting better at all. And then, of course, another way of expressing freedom is that the eagle is free. You know, man also wants to be free. He wants to do whatever he wants to do. It's a different type of gay and this bestiality type of relationships, you know, incest, you know, father and son or something else. You know, it's like, I was 97, I remember I was in Denmark, and there was a newspaper heading, said that the father married his son. And we were like, whoa, you know, you can marry your dog nowadays, you know. It's just becoming insane. People think this is happiness. I mean, you must be really mad, you know. It's like, really, if you have to resort to such kind of things, you know, where is the happiness? So then we see that the divorce rate is, you know, it's just uncontrollable practically. It's just, there's no point of it. That's why nowadays even, you know, since quite some years, they have a contract, you know. There's not even marriage happening. Of course, still here in India, there's some tradition. There's a contract. If we want, we can renew. If not, I will. Because, you know, if you get into marriage and you get sued, you know, you end up in the court. You have to end paying so much money every month for your ex-wife. Big troubles, big troubles. I've heard of some of the cases, and it just ruins one's life for what? For a little sex life? It's happy life like this. Because that's why you get married, because you want to be happy, no? Yes or no? And then what happens? Is that what we were expecting? So you can see here, there are some statistics. I don't know if you can see. Luxembourg is pretty high, 87. Spain, 65. France, 55. Russia, 50. US, it's more than that. Mostly people nowadays, they don't marry. That's the point. It's not like in India. But even those who do, just look at the statistics. It's just devastating. Yeah. India also. Yeah. Yes. some old statistics. We would add newer ones, it would be terrifying. So then what's the point? You know, when divorce takes place, then who suffers the most?
Yes.
Yeah, nobody ever thinks about it. I've been just told recently, anyway, one of our devotees, he also has a court case, you know, things going on. It's really hellish. And then he said he saw one couple, you know, it was just, you know, the children were like traumatized, you know, it's hellish. It's hellish. Anyway, but we don't think about it. You know, we think that's, you know, sometimes people say that's natural. Okay, stress. In the US, 1 of 2 cardiac arrests are on account of stress. Overstressed nation. 19 million American adults are living with major depression. Minor and major. Then you add minor ones, you know, it's like, and means everybody has something. So, that's pretty heavy. Suicide rate. No? India is also pretty high. I think it's one of the highest nowadays. That's an old statistic. Yeah. Every 19 minutes, a teenager tries to commit suicide in India. Pretty heavy. Nobody talks about it. We just move to Bollywood and we think, yeah, life is great. Illicit drugs kill around 2 lakh people per year. Alcohol, 3.3 million. Tobacco, about 6 million people. This pollution also, India is one of the most polluted countries in the world. Yeah. No wonder there's so many allergies and also cold sardinis. It's all pollution. It's not cold. There's also many viruses, so many horrible things floating around. Yeah. You don't need to intoxicate yourself to become toxic. 23 million Americans are dependent on drugs. If you're happy, what do you need the drugs for? You know? What do you need alcohol for? Illicit drug kill. Yeah, okay, we said that. That's another one. Overdose deaths. That's another thing. The average American child spends 900 hours in school, but more than that, more than 1,000 hours in front of it's not TV, but any kind of screen nowadays, mobile. Yeah. What they see, you know, that's what they're going to do. So by the age of 18, they've witnessed more than 2 lakh acts of violence and 16,000 murders. This is becoming more and more. So what kind of consciousness can one expect from such kind of children? We did a survey in around 1950s and then in early 2000. Anybody can notice any difference in these 2 pictures? Anyone can say something? What do you think? Yes? You're raising hand?
Simplicity and
What?
simplicity.
Simplicity, okay. Anything else? Yes?
But that's a boys' school, and that's it. Quite good.
Okay, we have only boys, and down we have boys and girls. What else? Yes?
A different timeline.
What does that mean, timeline?
And one is ancient and one.
Yeah, that's what I said. I already said that. But that's not the point. Is what do we perceive from that in those different timelines? Uniform, that's a minor thing. Okay. Yes.
They are disciplined, they are casual.
They're disciplined, they're casual, okay. Yes.
Yeah.
You can't see, you actually can't see. Like every one of you should come closer. One thing you could observe, all these boys are pretty naturally happy. If anybody wants, you can come closer. You can just see their faces. They're just very bright. They're just very serene, serene, but happy. They're, like they're smiling. And everybody down here is just pretending. They're just, faking. They're trying to impress. Impress whom? Impress the girls, and girls impress the boys. Now, you see the difference? You see the difference in the lifestyle nowadays and the lifestyle that used to be? No, it's artificial. Whatever we are doing nowadays, it's so artificial. We're really faking it. Everything is fake. The body is fake. Makeup, fake up. No, everything is fake. And again, they're mixing. It's really trying to impress each other. Anyway. So that's why they noticed what were the problems in, some 70 years ago. And what were the problems? And the problem was if you have a chewing gum and you stuck it down the chair or up the chair, someone to sit on, or you didn't rise when a teacher entered the classroom, or you were a little bit louder, or you were pulling someone by hair, or you were like, these were serious problems. These were serious problems. Yeah. And then nowadays, what it is, you just hear in US every now and then some, murder happens, shooting, drug abuse, rape cases, violence, so many horrible things, going on. So, how does that point to some kind of happy society? It's just madness. So that's also, it's slowly creeping in, slowly, manifesting more and more in India, because India is imitating the same lifestyle, consumering society. Yeah, anyway, so we see it's steadily increasing, always on rise. It's violence, unemployment, murder, public unrest, corruption, mental stress, rape cases, divorces, drug addiction, wars, terrorism, so much threat. It's always increasing with years. So the question is, are we really advancing in the right direction? No? That's our, direction. The A bomb is powerful. It can blow the whole planet practically. That's such a powerful thing. So there was one very nice story. What kind of drama do we have this evening? Who is directing? The practicing outside. Yeah. Okay, then I'll tell one drama story. Some other time can be. Yeah, we already did that. Unar Mushiko Bhava. No? There was a mouse, and then mouse entered the cave of a sage, and he was pleading for shelter. And the sage said, "Okay, what do you want?" He said, "The cat is chasing. Please save me." "Okay, so what do you want?" So the mouse said, "Make me a cat." "Okay, you become a cat." And the mouse became a cat. And the mouse went, and after some time again, started running, running to the cave. And he said, please help me now. And the sage said, "Okay, what is it now?" He said, "The dogs are chasing." "Okay, so now what do you want now?" He said, "Make me a dog." "Okay, become a dog." And became a dog. And then again started running. Then he came back. He said, after some time, he said, "What is the problem now?" He said, "Now, well, the tiger is chasing." "So what do you want?" "Well, make me a tiger." "Okay, that has to be a tiger." And then this tiger was looking at the sage. Started licking his mouth. And the sage said, "Oh, you want to eat me?" And the tiger said, "Yeah." And the sage said, "Okay, Punar Musiko Bhava." Again become a mouse. Again become the mouse. So by the God's mercy, we have used and then misused our intelligence. We've created weapons of mass destruction. And then what will happen again? Again, we'll become the mouse. Again, we'll live the underground or who knows where in some hole or whatever. That's what's going on. You know, when you misuse the blessings that you receive, then again, what can be done? And become a mouse. So are we really going in the right direction? Doesn't look like. That's not what human life is meant for. So what makes human beings superior to animal? As a shloka in Mahabharata, Ahara Nidra, Bhayam Maitunam Chakra. Activities of eating, sleeping, mating, and defending are common in animals and human beings. But human beings are considered superior only when they inquire about God and perform the dharma of obeying His laws, loving, serving Him. Otherwise, they're considered just like animals. That's it. So the animal can inquire about eating, sleeping, mating, and fearing only, but the human can inquire about life, death, and beyond. It's a big difference. We have advertised this program. We sent so many messages. Did any jamba come for the class? Any? We have one mouse here somewhere housing in but otherwise, nobody cares. Not so much interest about life, death, and beyond. Only how to eat, how to sleep, how to have sex, and how to take some shelters. And so that's why human beings have higher intelligence to find out the cause of sufferings, to inquire about the purpose of life, to harmonize our life with God and nature, and to harmonize our life and to attain the eternal happiness. Okay. So we'll stop here. We'll have another presentation. We'll continue this. We'll have a second part because there is quite some more to discuss. And we will then conclude what is the process to attain the happiness. Now we've just steered it a little bit so you can think a little bit for a while. Start thinking about some points that we have presented. And then we will come to the conclusion in another last concluding session. So are there any questions on this? Anybody having any questions?
Can you please conclude it or summarize it, because maybe next time we'll not be able to.
No, that's my point. You have to come next.
Might be a chance that someone might miss it.
Try not to. If you do, then you can come some other time, then I'll tell you in person. Okay, you can still think about it. We'll have a drama now. And then if anyone still has some questions, then here during the dinner time. Okay. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.